8 years after its release, Titanfall 2 remains a standout title in the FPS genre. Released on October 28, 2016, it continues to impress with its fluid gameplay mechanics, innovative level design, and emotional storytelling. Personally, I played Apex Legends before playing Titanfall 2, and I was surprised by just how similar the gameplay felt between the two. The controls and mechanics were almost identical, making it really easy for me to pick up and play. I'll be honest, I went to Titanfall 2 completely blind. I tend to avoid spoilers for games, and since my YouTube feed is all about PC building, I hadn't come across any gameplay or reviews. That made the experience even better, as I got to discover everything firsthand. In Titanfall 2, you play as Jack Cooper, a militia rifleman fighting for the frontier, who unexpectedly becomes a Titan pilot after his mentor, Captain Lastimosa, is killed in action. Together with your Titan companion, BT, you must complete a critical mission to stop the IMC from deploying the foe weapon, a devastating superweapon capable of obliterating entire planets and crushing the resistance fighting for the frontier's freedom. I always do a blind playthrough of games before writing my reviews, so if you're interested in seeing more, please like and subscribe. I'll be reviewing Half-Life 2 and the Portal series next, so do stick around for more gaming content. Also, follow my Twitch. Thanks. As always, I'll be reviewing this game based on the graphics and sound, gameplay, and value for money. For a game released in 2016, Titanfall 2's graphics hold up remarkably well. The environments are beautifully detailed with vibrant textures, dynamic lighting, and atmospheric effects that still feel modern. Whether you are running along walls in a high-tech facility or battling titans, the visuals immerse you in the action. When I played Apex Legends back in 2019 on a GTX 1070, I thought its graphics were excellent. Surprisingly, Titanfall 2 feels just as polished, even though it's an older game. According to Google, a GTX 1060 is way more than enough to run Titanfall 2 smoothly at 1080p, which makes it very accessible to those with mid-range PCs. The sound design is another highlight. The soundtrack composed by Stephen Barton is incredible and elevates every moment of the campaign. From adrenaline-pumping battle themes to tension-building tracks that heighten anticipation for upcoming fights, the music perfectly complements the gameplay. The sound effects are equally well crafted, drawing you into your surroundings and enhancing the immersive feel of every environment, from bustling battlefields to the quiet hum of machinery. Overall, the graphics and sound are a testament to Respawn's skill in creating a polished and immersive experience. I give this category a solid 5 out of 5. One of the defining features of Titanfall 2 is its movement system. The wall running and sliding mechanics are incredibly smooth, making you feel like you are a parkour master as you chain together movements. Sometimes I forgot I was playing an FPS game because I was so focused on navigating the environment like a pro. The double jump mechanic adds even more versatility, letting you approach combat and puzzles creatively. Speaking of puzzles, the time traveling mechanic introduced in the level Effect and Cause is a standout moment. It's the perfect example of how Respawn experiments with gameplay without overcomplicating things. The mechanic allows you to switch between the past and present states of a level, turning what would be a straightforward mission into a mind-bending experience. The fact that it's only used in one level is a brilliant choice. It's fresh and exciting without overstaying its welcome. Combat is another highlight. The punching mechanics are so satisfying that I often found myself ignoring my guns just to punch my enemies for the sheer joy of it. The animations are fluid and every hit feels impactful. But the real star of the gameplay is the Titan combat. Piloting a Titan feels heavy, deliberate, and incredibly satisfying, almost like controlling a massive war machine. Every step you take feels grounded, and every action, whether firing a weapon, dashing, or landing a melee blow, carries immense heft. The battles have a slow, gritty pace that makes them feel like a true mech dogfight, rather than standard FPS encounters. Especially if, like me, you are a fan of mech-based shows like Gundam. This weighty cinematic feel is captured perfectly in the level Trial by Fire, which quickly became my favorite. The mission throws you into what feels like a scene straight out of a war movie. Dropped into the chaos of a massive battle, you are surrounded by explosions, titans clashing, and an overwhelming sense of destruction. I literally felt like Thor descending from the skies, because I knew I had one thing the other Titan pilots didn't have. Plot armor. Charging through the waves of IMC Titans with my allies beside me felt exhilarating, and it's a level I won't forget anytime soon. However, the boss fights were somewhat underwhelming. Most are just Titan battles with slightly enhanced abilities and tankier health bars. While I didn't mind them, as I enjoyed the slow, gritty dogfights, they didn't offer much variety or strategy beyond standard Titan combat. Still, the weight and intensity of these fights kept me engaged enough to enjoy them for what they were. The story itself, while enjoyable, is fairly straightforward. It's another one of those stop the villains from obtaining a weapon of mass destruction narrative, which doesn't deviate much from similar FPS campaigns. While it's executed well, it doesn't take any risks or add any depth to the overarching plot. The simplicity works for the gameplay, but it's not a story you remember for its twists or complexity. For multiplayer, Titanfall 2 still has an active player base. According to Steam charts, there's an average of 2,000 players daily, so finding a match shouldn't be an issue. That said, I didn't test multiplayer myself, as my only focus was on completing the story mode. Overall, the gameplay is polished and enjoyable, with a few minor drawbacks. The weighty, cinematic Titan combat and smooth parkour mechanics make for a compelling experience, even if the story and boss fights leave something to be desired. I'd rate it a solid 4.5 out of 5. Titanfall 2 is always on sale, and right now you can grab it for as little as $2.99 on Steam or $1.99 on the EA store. At that price, it's an absolute steal for what you get, with roughly 6 hours of intense Titan battles, fast-paced parkour action, and some of the most satisfying gameplay mechanics in the genre. It's a no-brainer for anyone looking to dive into an immersive FPS experience. Even though the campaign is relatively short, it packs a punch, delivering a polished and memorable experience from start to finish. Whether you're revisiting it for nostalgia by switching from a console and joining the PC Master Race by buying it on Steam, or jumping in for the first time, this is one of the best value FPS games you'll find. It's the kind of game you want to recommend to your friends, especially with how accessible it is on sale. Value for money? An easy 5 out of 5. Overall, Titanfall 2 is a masterpiece of simplicity done right. It's an FPS game with a straightforward campaign and excellent mechanics. The bond between the protagonist and BT is heartwarming, and the game doesn't waste any time on unnecessary fluff. The levels are well designed, with just enough variety to keep you engaged, and at times, it felt more like I was watching a movie than playing a game. That said, I can't help but wish Respawn would revisit this franchise. With Apex Legends dominating the multiplayer space, there's an opportunity to focus solely on single player for potential Titanfall 3. But unfortunately, all signs point to those plans being cancelled, which is a real shame. If you are a fan of FPS games or the mech genre, Titanfall 2 is a must play. It's a game that's aged like fine wine, and I can confidently recommend it to anyone looking for a thrilling action-packed experience. That's all about it for my review. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next, whether it's Half-Life 2, Portal, or something else entirely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.